Hey guys. Hello. Happy Thursday. How's everyone doing? Oh, it's been a long last few months, but we're doing well. Hope you guys are doing all right. Let's see. Let's just say hello to everyone in chat for a second. We got you guys on YouTube. We've got you on Twitch. And if you were on YouTube a few minutes ago, we did a little test stream because last episode, YouTube had a few issues with some latency stuff. It was lagging a bit, so it should be fixed this time. But YouTubers, if that happens again, if you see it, let us know in the chat and jump on over to Twitch in case it does. Should be fine though. Test was good. So yeah, hi, hello. Someone says, how are you today? Yeah, doing well. How about you, Sergio?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, we are surviving. Sonic Forces is coming up soon, as many of you guys probably know. It is coming out on November 7th, so that's pretty exciting. There's been a lot of talk going up lately about all the cool stuff that's in Forces. You guys have seen the custom character and all that. You've seen probably the pre-order bonuses of stuff like Persona and Jet Set Radio, which is awesome, and Knights and lots of other cool stuff. One of the things that we'll talk about soon are, well, you saw Classic Sonic, I guess, earlier this week. You saw a new level for Classic Sonic, a totally new environment. And some people might go, oh, it's a casino. We've seen lots of casinos. There's only a certain amount of tropes, I think, though, that you can do before it's always going to reference something. Snow levels, desert levels, you name it, right? But there's some really, really cool stuff. So hopefully you guys like that. What we've got today is mostly focused on a special guest that is going to be with us. It's someone that we have wanted to have on the stream for some time. And today we're very excited to finally have them here. And they're going to be here to answer your questions and talk to you guys. And we are so stoked to have them here. But before we get to that, we've got a couple other guests. So let's go ahead and move on to our first guest today. Actually, I almost forgot something really important. The story trailer finally went live in English. You guys were asking for it. It's finally live in English. We want to know, what did you guys think of the story trailer in English? It's on our YouTube channel. We'd love to see it in chat. Tell us, what did you think of the story trailer?
Besides the audio mixing, we know about the audio mixing. Believe us, we know.
What did you think? Let's see what the chat says. I love the guesses, by the way, in chat about who it's going to be. Bounce pad. Yep, that's the one. That's our guest today. It's a bounce pad.
Literally a bounce pad.
We've waited. I wish it was Roger Craig Smith, but this guest is equally as cool in my opinion. To be fair, all the guests are about the same level because you can't play favorites.
It's off sync. Nice.
All right. Cool.
I see everyone mentioning a generic chain restaurant. A lovely partnership that just kind of happened in Japan.
Oh yeah, we should talk about that too. There may be some partnerships that happen in Japan that don't happen in the West. Just gonna throw that out there. That's a Japan thing. Apparently in Japan, partnerships with that restaurant are actually pretty common for gaming. News to us. It was a very new thing for us, so more power to them. You'll probably not see anything like that here in the States. So, or in Europe, for that matter.
Or Australia.
or anywhere else. But,
or Africa.
You know, if that works for them, that's totally cool.
Maybe Antarctica.
Let's go ahead and actually move on then. Thanks for the feedback, by the way. It's cool to see a lot of people like that trailer. That's great. Let's go ahead and move on to our first guest today, here to tell us about everything licensing related. Let me see who's at the door, ready to go. Hey Jerry.
Looking for more clues, huh?
It was gonna be Jerry. I guess Jerry's not here today. I don't know.
Well, we got rid of him.
Well, he kind of escaped. It's the more accurate term.
Ran away screaming. I don't blame him.
Jerry. Sorry, guy. We don't know where he's gone to.
No, he's gone.
He should be here any minute though. We're waiting, just like you guys. I guess in the meantime we can.
Did you put the plate of chicken wings by the door and the
what?
risky-looking halter top?
No, man. Oh, Jerry.
That did it. See, it's always the halter top.
Wait, you're not.
We all know Jerry's gone.
You're not Jerry. Oh gosh.
Yeah, you know.
Hey, what's up? Well, all right. I guess we'll welcome our first guest.
Somebody's got to move.
Someone's got to hoist that flag mast. That looks like.
Yes.
All right.
Hey, good I did before I went on though.
All right. Welcome. Please welcome to the show today our first guest from the licensing team. It is Alex the Kid Solverson. Round of applause.
Thank you.
Studio
That's the
applause.
first time you've applauded me in a while. I usually have to do it myself.
I know. I felt
So-
bad for you because it's so depressing watching a grown man clap for himself live on a stream.
I disagree. I know you guys are doing it, so I'm just making it live, basically. I'm making it happen. You know, they're all doing it on their screens. They're like, "Yes, Alex Kidd, more licensing."
I mean, that's what they say in the comments. They say, please, show us more cool things.
More licensing. Yeah, so I don't really have a lot to show you guys today, actually.
What?
Yeah, I'm just
How
kind
about
of coming on to hang out.
Well, listen, do you have maybe like a sonic toaster, like we talked about months
Don't
ago?
bring up. I can't see the T's again. It's too painful. T for
It
too
was
painful.
T for toaster, man. That was the
I
thing.
know. It's,
All these people wanted the sonic toaster.
If it was as easy as you guys want a toaster, let's go make it, then it would be done already. We have to find someone to make it, and then they gotta pay us, and it's a whole. You know, I think someday we'll have a sonic toaster, but that day is not now.
Dear Sega of America, in the year 2050, if
You're
you have not
welcome.
made a sonic toaster yet, do it. Please. For all of
Fans
us.
have been asking for decades.
They will
Please
last
help
for
us
decades
all.
by this point. Please, do it.
Hey, what's that over there?
Oh, that's in the box? That's nothing. Sorry about that.
You sure it's not something you've been hiding from me for, I would say, several months now?
No.
Let's take a look over here.
Hey, why don't we just chat for a second?
Oh,
Hey,
look at this.
That's,
Yeah, you guys remember this? You guys remember this backpack that I came back and couldn't find?
I've never seen that before.
Look
in my
what
life.
I just found.
Never seen that before, Alex.
Are we closer to the camera? Wait, here we are. Okay.
I have never
So-
seen this.
Yeah, this I've been looking for a few months, and now I just discovered it in the corner of the room, hidden underneath a panel, which I don't even know how you guys found a panel to hide it under, but impressive nonetheless. Wait, I think there's something in it, actually. Hold on. Shameless plugs. Yeah.
It's a backpack full of shameless plugs.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
It was a bit. You guys didn't even know it. So, this is what's called a dad cap. I don't know if you're familiar with dad caps.
Never
Very
heard of
small
caps.
logo, sort of a unicolor
Okay.
cap.
Yeah,
Looks pretty good, if I say so myself.
you look like someone from my home state now.
Yeah.
You could pass for somebody from Missouri or the Midwest, like
Missouri.
I was gonna say the Kansas
Yeah.
area, Oklahoma. Real easy with that.
But yeah, so this is available at Urban Outfitters right now. It's $29.95, but I think it's on sale for $21.75 on urbanoutfitters.com. But it's also available in store.
Someone says they think it's a grandpa hat.
I don't know if that's a dig at my age or what that is, but I don't appreciate it. It's
Hey.
a dad cap.
Not my words. That's from Twitch chat. All right.
It's a dad cap. Oh, I don't know if I like that. A few comments there.
We can't read.
Yeah,
those
I'm gonna
comments.
move on.
Let's
from
move
that. So okay, these guys. So I don't know if you remember them,
Yeah,
but Build-A-Bear.
Build-A-Bear.
So we are actually running into our last amount of stock on Build-A-Bear. So Sonic will not be at Build-A-Bear for much longer. So if you guys haven't got your stuffed Sonic yet, please go to Build-A-Bear or buildabear.com. They have an exclusive bundle on the site with the holographic card, lithographic card, I'm sorry. Still available for $35. Sonic is $20, and then Tails,
There's
his
a tail
buddy,
in it. Yeah.
this is pre-stuffed, but
Okay.
he is $15. So these guys are still available for a very limited amount of time.
So this is the end of your opportunity to get
end
the Build-A-Bear
of the
Sonic
Build-A-Bear
stuff.
reign. It was a good run, but we're moving on. They are as well, but we're going to have some much cooler stuff too. So,
What he's saying is if you're a collector and you're going to wish you had these one day, this is probably the time to go get them.
This is
Because after this, the prices get a little crazy on eBay, and you guys, you know how that works.
yes. Okay, so
cool.
let's see what else we got here.
There's more in there?
Yeah. Men's socks. So these are actually really cool. They're at Walmart right now. I'll pull them out so you guys can see each
Blue
side.
on one side. It's got the
So
checker
it's got-
pattern. That's
yeah,
cool.
it's got the checker pattern. So it's a set of 3, and right now it is $6.42. With that weird price, you know where it's at. It's at Walmart.
I appreciate that you knew the exact decimal You're like, it's
$6.42. But it's actually a really cool sock set. I'm gonna definitely be wearing
you
these.
Get all those socks for $6?
Get all for $6.
That's actually a pretty good deal.
It's a really good deal. Yeah. So really cool. I really like these blue ones a lot. I'm definitely gonna be wearing these around the office. So, but yeah, these guys.
Don't wear just the socks, please.
Only socks. It's gonna get weird.
More than just the socks.
It's gonna get super weird in the office, but I really like these socks. So $6.42 at Walmart. Available now. They just went in store. So
cool.
Yep. And then finally,
I like that you're here to tell us.
So $29.95 on Amazon. It's not only available at Spencer's. I believe we sold out at Spencer's. So now it is available on Amazon. $29.95. Very cool backpack though.
The melting Sonic, melting Knuckles.
Yes. Very cool. We've showed it at least once when you guys hid it from me. So, and then also, if you want this Metal Atomic Force T-Turtle shirt, it is available at tturtle.com. It is Atomic Force.
Of course, that's one of my favorite shirts that T-Turtle has made, by the way.
Yes, it's one of mine too.
Yeah,
so, actually, I believe the last time I was wearing this, the Jerry altercation. It was a bit rough.
I'm glad that we moved on since then, and people have calmed down, and you had your meetings with HR and everything's
I took my vacations, but we're all good now.
That's great, man. You've come a long way. I just want to let you know I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
And the journey that you've been through.
I'm working on it. When you said we're gonna have a very special guest on, I really thought you were talking about me, and I was really happy.
I got one more special surprise for you. Everybody ready? He doesn't know this is coming. Alex lately has been getting healthy, and by getting healthy, we mean that certain days of the week he becomes vegan. What I'd like you guys to do on 3, what I'd like you guys to do on 3 is to think of the tastiest meat-based foods you can. Chicken nuggets, fried steak, anything you want, right?
Would you do this
and put it in chat so that Alex can see all these. This is my bet with him to see if we can break him from his habit of trying to become vegan. Let's see what we can do.
He's trying every day. He literally waves beef jerky in my face every single day of the week.
Ready? Here we go. Delicious meat. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's see it. What do we got?
Oh, chili dogs.
Oh, they're already going. Steak and eggs.
I like chicken nugs. I do miss those.
Bacon. See?
Oh, this isn't fair. Oh my god. Yeah, it's mostly.
See? Look at this.
Bacon, chili dogs.
Steak. More steak.
Pepperoni pizza. You'd be surprised how much you miss pepperoni pizza when it's gone 5 days a week. But it's been good though. I've been trimming up a little bit, feel a little healthier.
That's
good. I'm going vegan 5 days a week just to kind of clean it up a little bit, and it's been good so far. I'm not suffering at all, and I'm totally don't want any meat whatsoever. So your trolling isn't working. Stream, I think.
You're a great liar.
As I sneak away to eat.
You're a great liar, Alex. They'll never know.
Very convincing.
You totally love it. Well, Alex, thank you very much for being here. As always,
guys.
Stream, thanks for helping us try to convince him to go vegan. I mean, not to go vegan.
Yeah, you're trying to convince me not to.
It was almost a problem. All right, thanks.
All right, thanks.
Everyone, please tell Alex thank you in chat. We always appreciate him being here, so please let him know that when he watches the stream later, he'll get to see all your lovely messages, and he will smile, and a single tear will run down his face as he eats a piece of bacon and weeps. Let's move on to our next guest, here to talk to us about all the latest in the world of the Sonic Boom TV show. Please welcome back Jasmine.
Hello.
Hey, welcome back, Jasmine. How are you?
Oh, good. I'm doing good.
Good. Well, how's life been?
It's going good. Yeah.
And pretty busy, right? You guys are coming up pretty soon. Like the show is moving forward, right?
Yeah.
So why don't you talk about the latest in the world of the show
Okay.
and what we can look forward to?
So the latest in the show is called 3 Minutes or Less. So the whole premise of the show is that Sonic gets hired by Medburger to deliver...
Hired by Medburger?
Yes.
Okay.
To deliver food to its customers, because it's the first time they're offering delivery services. And, Dave the intern does a really poor job, so Sonic decides he could do better, and he gets paid in chili dogs, so win-win for everybody.
So he's paid in chili dogs, and he's the new delivery guy.
Yes, but Eggman finds out, and he's doing the best he can to foil the 3 minutes or less delivery.
Gotcha. So this is kind of a fun episode then about Eggman trying to stop Sonic from being able to deliver in 3 minutes or less.
Yes.
Awesome. It looks pretty fun.
It
Even just based on these screenshots. Thank you. Thank you for that little synopsis there. It's the episodes that you don't see coming that are sometimes the most fun, I think, for Sonic Boom in particular. And
Yeah.
this is kind of a neat concept.
Yeah. And it'll be on Saturday at 6 p.m. on Boomerang.
Saturday, 6 p.m. on Boomerang.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Anything you don't have any like weird curse things you're gonna throw at me today, right?
Well, I see you have the painting here. I'm glad you're embracing the friendship between you and the doll.
Did you put that there? I didn't.
Well, I thought you took my doll because he's not on my desk.
What? It's not at your desk?
No,
I
I thought you guys were bonding.
I didn't take your doll. I wouldn't touch that thing. This is the painting. If you
you
missed the
sure?
last episode, this is the painting Jasmine made. It's of me and the really creepy Sonic doll that she made based on one of
You
the
don't hear like
Sonic
a
Boom
rustling
episodes.
in here?
A rustling?
Yeah. Look at the colors in here. Aw. You even made it a cute little t-shirt.
Oh no! 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 What have you done? Oh no!
What have you done? You gave him this
I
little
didn't
cute
do-
little
oh my-
t-shirt. I knew you were embracing the friendship.
And it says best friends?
Yes.
No, Jazz. That's it. We're cutting the stream. We're stopping early today. I can't take this. We're going home. Oh, gosh. Oh. Cursed. Cursed. Please. Oh, my God. Well, whoever made him this shirt did a very nice job. There's clearly a lot of love. Did you scan the painting? Your commitment, the commitment to this from somewhere is pretty impressive. The painting was scanned and printed on a t-shirt. Really? Wow. I'm kind of impressed. I'm still disturbed, but kind of
I
impressed.
think you should keep the doll here. That's the painting.
Let's take a vote on that. Chat, do you want to see us keep the doll or not keep the doll here? Either keep the doll or don't keep the doll, please.
Keep it.
Please, no. And now we watch the chat. The doll's a blessing and a curse. Cursed doll.
I mean, look at it in its cute little t-shirt.
Oh, don't say keep it. Don't say keep it. No.
Keep me.
No. Whoever said burn
here.
it. The people saying burn it.
No.
I agree with that.
No.
You've seen the movies. That's the only way to get rid of this thing. You have to burn them.
Me, I'm so adorable.
Oh man, everyone's voting keep it. Don't do this. Don't do this.
Look how cute
Why are you voting
it
keep
is.
it? Oh no, guys. All right. The votes are in. Keep it is the winner.
Because it's adorable. It's not cursed.
The
it's
chat,
adorable.
the chat has sided with you, Jasmine.
Yay,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And so we shall keep him right there.
Perfect.
There you go.
All right.
Well, Jasmine, thanks again for being here and
Thank you.
for the lovely surprises you always bring.
Thank you. Enjoy it.
Thank you. Everyone, please tell Jasmine thanks for being here with us today on the show.
Bye.
We'll see you next time. Thanks, Jasmine. All right. Now then, we get to our special guest for today's stream. This is someone who has never been with us on the stream today. And at the end of the stream, too, I just want to throw out, we do have some news regarding a former Sega employee who did a lot for the company. Just a quick update that we wanted to give you guys there. So we will get to that near the end of the stream. But first and foremost, let me see if they're ready. So one moment. All set? All right, cool. So, please. Oh, no, just wait 1 second. Wait. We're doing a surprise announcement. I'm just kidding. If you followed this person's Twitter, you probably already know what's coming up. This is someone who was very involved in the trailers for Sonic Mania, and one of those trailers would end up becoming the opening animation for the game. Please welcome to our Sonic live stream for the first time, the amazing Tyson Hess. Welcome aboard. I'm clapping. Welcome, man.
I'll clap for me.
Hey, all
Hey.
right, we're clapping.
Sergio's not going to clap for me. That's fine.
He hasn't clapped for anyone today.
All right.
don't feel bad. He didn't clap for Alex or Jasmine.
I'll clap for Sergio.
Hey,
Hey.
clap for Sergio.
Hi,
All right,
everybody.
sweet. Look at that. There's a lot of love in the chat right
Hey.
now. So that's Twitch on the left and YouTube chat on the right.
Cool.
We can see them both.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
Hi, everyone. Ooh, it's a lot.
Yeah, it goes pretty fast.
Cool.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of viewers.
Hi. I can't even read names so they're going so fast, but hi.
Why don't you introduce yourself and kind of how you got started with Sonic?
Okay, so let's see. My name is Tyson Hess. I've been doing comics and animation for about, I want to say almost 10 years now. I got started with Sonic stuff with the Archie comics, actually. That was my first intro. I have a friend, John Gray, who was on the Archie comics, working at Archie for a long time. And I approached an editor at Comic-Con. I gave him my little meme comics that I made that I'm sure you all know about.
This was Sonic's Big Fat Adventure,
Sonic's Big
right?
Fat Adventure, which didn't actually have a title until I put it together in that little book. But with arms and other characters that I'm sure you know about, I gave it to an editor. He liked it. Started doing some covers and interiors from there, and then pretty much I was just hanging out doing stuff for them for a while until Aaron approached me to do a thing, which was
and to be fair, this is kind of a neat. I guess we'll talk about the origins of this animation in the trailer at this
Yeah.
point, which we maybe haven't talked about before.
I've not said anything because I don't know what I can say. So this is great having you here.
I haven't
So-
said anything. We haven't really told the story yet. I guess
Yeah.
we can tell the story today. So we were coming up with the trailers for Sonic Mania on the marketing side. We were like, the initial trailer, the announcement trailer was really great. How do we outdo ourselves, right? How do we do a better trailer than that? And there was this moment when I think I had watched the Sonic CD opening animation recently, and I was like, oh man, wouldn't it be so cool if we had an opening animation like Sonic CD, but like make it the trailer animation? And that's when I reached out to you and was like, do you think we can we work together for something? It's just random, could it even work?
Yeah.
What was it like from your side when I first?
So I'll say how it started for me was it was at the Sonic 25th anniversary party actually, which I was invited to. I thought just for that the Mega Drive was included in the handbags there. So I went along to do some signings for that, and then after the show, you were like, "Hey, you want to do something for Mania, maybe?" And at this, I had no idea. Mania was announced at that show, and I had not heard about it at that point. So I heard about it for the first time there. And when you asked me to be involved, it was such like a nebulous, vague question. I thought, oh, he wants me to do like a drawing. Like I didn't know already that obviously you had so many talented people already handling box art and illustrations and all that. There was no need for me to even get near that stuff. So, but I thought it would be something small like that. And then like a month later, we talked further. It's like, yeah, so we want to do like an animation for Sonic.
Where's this accent coming from?
This is you. This is our Merrill Weber.
We wanna
Like,
do,
maybe you want to do a cartoon sometime, And I was like, okay, boy, that's ambitious. I don't. So this is maybe the first time I'm even telling you. I had no idea it was really gonna come out that good.
And this was the cool thing too of like, it was at first it's just for this trailer, and when we started this project, by the way, this was not going to be part of the game. That opening animation was not going to be in the game. It was just purely for a trailer. And as we went through the process and as Tyson's work came in and we saw it, we just were like, it's getting so good. Like, it's so good. And we paired it with the music from Hyper Potions, and we're like, this thing is amazing. We've got some stuff that maybe we'll get to in just a second. But how many months of animatics did we go through to build that thing?
So total animatics actually went pretty quick.
Yeah.
I started putting like very, very early boards and animatic in. Luckily because this was such a small project with a small team of people, moving parts were moving constantly, which there was not a lot of waiting for stuff to come back and fixes and all that. Sonic team was a pleasure to work with. Like, man, I was worried that this was going to be like months of notes and redos and stuff, but the entire way through, Sonic team was just a joy to work for. So things just kept moving. I think for animatics, we only spent about like maybe a month or two on getting the actual storyboards and animatic ready.
Let me stop you there for a second. I want to ask a question to you guys in the chat. How many of you guys have seen Tyson's work for both of the trailers and also the opening animation. How many of you guys really loved it? This is your chance to tell Tyson directly. He's going to read your comments right now. If you like Tyson's work, please take a moment right now. Let him know what you thought of his animation and the team that he worked with. Let's see what you think in chat. Now, we wait about 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and then we just watch. And then it'll catch up. Oh, loved it.
Someone said, I will be theirs.
Oh,
I'm married, sorry.
Tyson got married earlier this year.
Sorry to burst any bubbles.
Oh, there's a lot of love.
Thank you,
Look at
guys.
that.
Thank
Aw, that's adorable. Oh, Tyson Sonic is good, great, awesome.
you. Someone giving a shout out to Aaron Hansen there just... I also love Aaron.
He's a good guy.
He's good. Thank you, guys. That's so nice.
Oh, that's great. Look at that. That's a lot of comments. Someone says you can marry 2 people.
Hey, I haven't looked up the laws. They might be right. There's a lot of people in the world. It seems like a shame to really just marry one now that you
I know, right? So maybe what let's do next, while we're on the topic of kind of showing off and talking about Mania things, as far as the marketing side is concerned, that we haven't really talked about or shown yet. As we went through the process of building the animation, we started, by the way, in 2016. This whole project started in 2016, and that's at least like half a year of keeping this a secret. Which is really tough,
Yeah.
right? Because you're like, all right, how are we going to keep this amazing thing a secret and go step by step? And Tyson would keep providing animatics and different updates and different things to look at, and that's what we would look at too, to kind of make sure, is it looking okay? Is everything good? And Sonic Team reviews that and make sure that they're happy with it too, as Tyson mentioned earlier. We're curious to know how many of you guys would be interested in getting an exclusive first look at one of the early animatics that Tyson and his team created for the launch trailer animation. How many of you guys would be interested in that? If you're interested, now's the time. Shout out in chat, and if there's enough interest, we'll do it.
I think the one we have is the very final one before we decided let's go to animation too. So
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think that was the one. Let's see. That's a lot of yeses. Twitch chat's going nuts. YouTube's going to catch up in a second. Get ready for YouTube. And there they go. Wow.
this is really going to be, it's rough, but I think it's interesting to see.
And this is like super early work in progress stuff. So you're going to see it'll be like black and white in many parts, very faint colors, outlines, and a lot of things that are honestly not even in the final version.
There's some changes in there. We'll talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's a ton of excitement for it. All right. Well, you game? Should we do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. 1 second. We're gonna get set up here in just a second. Our technician Sergio is preparing everything right now. All right. Can we pause it? We're gonna be able to pause it and maybe scrub through it.
There we go.
He says no. All right.
All right.
So the version you're seeing now, let me take the volume down just a little bit on this one. The version you're seeing, it features an unfinished version of the song. Thank you, Hyper Potions, for letting us, giving us permission to show this off. The song wasn't done yet.
Yeah.
You're still like, you can see all the differences. Why don't you talk us through what we're seeing here?
So this started in a different way where we had the shots cut up to show the studio logos, and one thing that we talked about a little bit here was this originally was meant to be an ad. That was like the idea behind it was making a commercial for Sonic Mania. So the whole idea behind my thought process of planning the starting shots were, this is building hype. Like this is the first time people have seen Sonic animated in 2D in a long time. So what's like the easiest way to get people excited is like, oh my gosh, we haven't seen, is this Sonic animation? And so I thought like have his foot tap in there and build it with shots of breaking with the studio logos and stuff people know. Even when we changed the way that the shots were cut together, I still think it worked really well. Can we not go like shot by shot? It just has to play. So let's see.
Can we pause it at all as we're going through?
Really?
Okay.
So let's see. Let me think. I just let it go, and I'll as things come to mind, I'll say. So one of the first things you'll see is we have some very early backgrounds here from Han Seng, who is my BG assistant on this, who did a great job. He was the first person I brought on who really, really stepped up and did great BG work. This is all stuff that I sketched out and did some color treatments for him so he would know what it looked like, and then he went through and painted them up like like real cartoon backgrounds. This was like I said, this is the first pass that we did before going off to animation, and many of you know as well that I had help from some talented animators, Studio Yada, that helped put together this final thing. That I couldn't have done it without them. They really, there was a lot of work to do here. Like the turnaround time on this animation, I'm not going to say exactly what it was.
It was fast,
but it was a lot quicker than you usually take for animation like this.
Yeah.
But this was, the dedicated work of a lot of hard people that loved Sonic and knew that it was either us and now or never was kind of a thought process.
Right.
This was, for the whole around about 6 months that we were putting this thing together. This was day and night for me. Like every single part of it, I was doing check-ins, and I was doing check-ins on BG when shots came back from other animators. I would then do cleanup and model fixes. So, I'm a Sonic fan. I've always been a Sonic fan, and I know how Sonic fans are. We are picky. We are picky people. And I knew that this had to live up to the this had to live up to the expectations of the Sonic CD intro and the Sonic Riders intro. I knew immediately that's what it was going to be compared to.
That golden ring, by the way, when you first sent me the colored shot of that golden ring, my jaw hit the floor, and that it was my desktop background for like a month afterwards.
Did a great job on that. So no matter what, anytime any part came through, I knew that eventually I had to give my stamp off on it. So if a shot came back and it was greatly animated, but some of the faces were off, I would have to go through and fix some faces and stuff. So that's what my job as supervising and lead animator was here. Also, generally, if you see Sonic running, that was me, because that was something that I knew I had to get just right with Sonic's running animations.
Should we talk about some of the changes?
Yeah, let's talk about some of the changes.
You guys are probably already noticing there's a lot of differences between this one and the final. Some things that changed, some things that were added. As we restart it, maybe we'll take it piece by piece.
Yeah, so the first one that you'll probably see is the shot immediately after Sonic runs vertically down the strip, and in the
most of this is about the same, right?
This is all pretty much the same.
Roughly, I think we changed some of the timing with the music.
Yeah, timing got changed, especially when we cut stuff.
Yeah.
But the first shot change that you'll see is after Sonic runs down the vertical slope and he runs through a spiraling loop. Originally, in my design documents, we were going to have all these backgrounds be 3D, and the reason we did that was, one, because we had to do this in a short amount of time, and so doing the backgrounds right
this part right here,
yes, he's gonna spin it. He's gonna do this thing here,
he kind of does a little S there.
Yeah, and in the very early shot, he was actually doing a corkscrew thing, and the reason I wanted to do it in 3D was because then we could render out BGs and do camera moves, which is something that there's a lot of camera moves in the Sonic CD intro where they just animate the backgrounds by hand, and we just didn't have the time for that. So doing it in 3D would let us do camera moves. And as we went along, we realized we didn't actually have time to do 3D either, because that involves sending shots away and waiting for them to come back before we can start character animation. But basically, we had to start character animation day one as soon as the animatic was done, so we couldn't wait for that. So we changed some shots and made some shots simpler to make them come out right. And that was the first one that we changed, and it was a sad one to change, because in the original it was this really cool, he's going through this spiral and Sonic was running towards you, and it was gonna be a neat kind of like optical illusion shot, but in the end, I think the backgrounds done by our BG assistants and our compositing guys came together, and it looks, I couldn't be happier with the way the BG and the effects and everything.
It's gorgeous, man. It's gorgeous. Yeah. I think if the comments in chat don't give you, that same kind of answer, that's what everyone thinks.
Yeah.
It was such a treat when people got to see this.
That first shot where it opens up wide and you get to see the world for the first time. That's a guy named Jonathan, Kim, and Brady Hartel who helped me do compositing on the BGs. And if you really it's a lot of stuff you might not notice.
So that shot right there, notice how quickly Sonic goes in he goes in the ring, kind of like the warp ring, which I guess was an idea that we kind of started with, like Sonic 3?
Yeah, transfer to the special stage.
Jumps in and goes to an area.
Yeah.
That idea initially didn't have this shot where we went to the Harbor of Heavies, and you added that later on.
So there's an early shot that I'm sure some of you have seen in here that got changed as we did a little bit more storytelling with this. When we first started planning this thing out, I didn't know much about Mania. Nobody knew much about Mania, really. Yeah. So we were trying to come up with an idea to just sell Mania to people, to something that's exciting to see. And as we kept going further, I learned more about the Harbor of Heavies and what the story was about. And we realized it didn't really make sense for the main bad guy to show up in Studiopolis and then get in a fight with Sonic in a place he doesn't exist and then possibly lose at the end of it. So we came up with the idea of showing the hard-boiled heavies come up in a group shot first, and then we replaced that shot with Heavy Gunner, who
It's appropriate
who
to that
is
stage.
a Studiopolis.
Who's actually in there, yeah.
And it also gave us some opportunity to do some more fun stuff with Sonic bouncing around and cool stuff like that.
There's a neat moment, by the way. If you guys freeze frame the final animation when he's fighting Heavy Gunner, when he hits him, bolts and screws fly out of it. If you freeze frame
For
it.
one frame, which is funny.
Is it one frame?
It's literally one frame. There's so many things that are on screen for one frame that when I was making this thing, I was thinking nobody's gonna stop and look at this stuff, and I don't know why I thought that, because again, I should know Sonic fans better than this. But every single funny little frame, every funny smear was memes, and which is great because it shows that people cared enough to watch it that many times and find the little secrets and the little things like when he hits the bumpers at the end, the little 10. That was me literally the night before I turned it in and thinking, if he's hitting bumpers, there should be scores coming in. Right? So I'm like, so I really quickly in Flash actually, I just drew a little 10. I put ping ping right there. So many little things just in the last minute. We were just like funny things like this Knuckles spinning on the ring, Heavy Gunner's little eye dart when King looks back at him. All this little
So he kind of he salutes, right? And then he's kind of like, is it me?
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, I got it.
Yeah. So all the like little character stuff like that was a lot of last minute things, but it's the kind of stuff that when you watch it on repeat, little things like John Kim, again, our compositor, and Brady, they did things like if you watch when the elevator door opens up with the ring elevator, the banners are very slightly undulating in like a non-existent breeze there, and you'll never see that unless you're looking at it. But it's the kind of thing that in your peripheral vision you can tell when an environment is dead or not. Like if it's just a static JPEG image, for example, you can tell that it looks cheap, and you might not notice why. But when it's moving in slight little ways like that, giving life to the environment, again, if you don't notice those little things, you can still in your peripheral vision tell, well, that's obviously just not a still image, and it feels like a live environment. And little treats like that were important. Sorry.
Knuckles.
Yes.
But I just want to, you guys have probably seen this in the chat, right? Knuckles at the end, in this early comp, he would dig his way up.
Yeah, that's true.
And then we changed that to him falling in with this big, like, impact, right?
Yeah, so that came down, again, to time constraints. In that final shot, we did a camera pan around the characters where they land and look off into the distance, and then we hand animate the camera going around to behind them to where they look off into the distance where there'd be all the rings and all the zones and stuff. Which we ended up putting in the shot where Tails flies into it. Yeah, so we took that and moved that shot around, and then hand animated camera moves are very difficult. And when it came down to how much time we have, it's like, what if we just changed it? And I think it worked out for the better, honestly.
And honestly, it was a really cool, I think, like, ending treatment that came on there, like the timing with the music, where the music's like building up, and we could do these flashes. And I remember like when we were talking about that.
That was an Izuka note, wasn't it?
It was partly with an Izuka-san note, and I was trying to like get you an example. I was like, we want to do like the anime treatment,
right?
And I was like, what's a good example of this? And so I'm like going through all these old anime shows, like trying to find the anime openings that do those character flashes, and finally found one with a generic show about kids getting in robots.
All right, we can't say the name. Thank you, because I was about to. So an anime show about robots.
There's only a couple, you know.
But we pretty much treated it exactly like that. There's a way where the lights fade in on it so that the characters are lit differently from the background, and they fade in at different intervals, which makes it look like a camera's light flash, like played in slow motion kind of thing. But that was a late note from Izuka-san, or Sonic didn't note anyway, whoever it was from.
Might be partly my fault too.
Oh, but either way, it worked. I think it was
a cool ending.
Yeah, it's good to put a little button on the thing, because we originally, again, when this was timed to be a commercial, we were going to end with the logo, as is the natural way to end with a commercial.
Yeah.
But when we retooled it for intro purposes, intro needs to go sooner, so we needed something else to put at the end. So little things that change as you go along there.
And this, look at that. Okay, if you look really closely in that scene, our bodies are probably covering it up. The concept for Knuckles spinning on the ring.
Oh, was that in the?
It's in here.
Is it?
It's in
Okay,
here, yeah.
All right, cool. So it wasn't
you had the
start.
concept, and I remember the first time you showed it to me, and I just like died laughing. I was like, "Yes, please keep it."
That was one of those things where it's like you never know how it's gonna go when it comes to approvals on something. Like, is it gonna be too goofy? Is it gonna be too silly? But I guess it was fine, and I'm so glad it stayed in there. That that thing that Brad made with the little video of him spinning around the ring.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
meme of it is great, and like
Yes.
lots of people have really received Knuckles' dumb spin very well, which I'm very happy about.
Let's see what you guys thought. All right, so there you go. That's an early look. One of the very first work in progress versions of the animatic for the Sonic Mania launch trailer. What did you guys think? Would love to see your comments in chat real quick. Let's see what everyone thinks, and then we'll maybe take some questions for you if that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, is that all right?
If anything else comes
Let
up.
people ask some questions. What did everybody think? Now, there were many different versions, by the way. This is one of like probably like 15 or 20, I feel
Yeah.
like we went through, but this is one of the earliest ones.
Yeah. This was before we decided to go to animation. But I think this was
Yeah.
final approved.
Yeah. Knuckles getting scared
Yeah.
with the flickies.
That's Knuckles is my favorite character, by the way. So I was like, I was trying to have him in there somewhere. It's like, as much as he's my favorite character, I also know Sonic and Tails are always got the spotlight on them.
Yeah.
So I wanted to have more Knuckles stuff, but there wasn't really time. But Knuckles shines in the supporting role, and so I'm okay with that. You know? It's kind of like, oh, I'm about to say other things. I can't say other things, but like other characters that, you know, that you like them because you don't see them quite as much, and that makes when they show up that much more special. And that's kind of how I look at Knuckles. Like, he's my favorite. You don't get to see him as much, but then when he shows up, it means something a little bit
It's
more.
a nice
so,
moment,
yeah.
right? Yeah. Oh, good. Looks like most people really love that. In fact, probably all people really love that, which is rare, by the way. we kind of are really lucky with our Twitch and YouTube audience in that almost everyone here is really, really great.
Yeah.
And so we don't get really like the awful toxic
Right.
people that you often get in like the chat. The general consensus with our people is that they're awesome. So thank you
Cool.
for
Thank
being an
you.
awesome audience. We appreciate it. Thank you
for
very
being
much.
nice.
Let's take some questions. We've got Tyson here. Now is the ideal time to ask Tyson questions that you guys want. Of course, if you ask him, you know, questions that he can't talk about or can't answer, he won't be able to answer them. So if you're like, you know, Tyson, is there an Adventure 3? Right? Be smart, please, with your question. It's not a thing, by the way. That's not a thing. I'm sure you've all read the articles recently. It's not a thing. So let's take some questions. Ask your questions in Twitch and YouTube chat, and we will pass them on to Tyson. Someone says, Tyson, did you take my Emerdudes?
I did take your Emerdudes, but I don't know where they are anymore. It's been such a long time. They're probably in the trash at this point. What do you think of Fat the Kookaburra? I love the Kookaburra. DLC. Keep your fingers crossed.
Sorry.
What software did you use for the animation? So we used Flash. There were some of the contract animators that used program. Can I say program names? Is that? So okay.
Try generic such and such.
So yeah. So it's an animating program that has the same name as a superhero you might know.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, we animated in that, and we composited in a different program by the same company. So animation was kind of, rudimentary stuff. It's frame by frame, just every single frame is a different drawing. We didn't use any of the, you call them like tweening shortcuts or anything like that. Just animated it like a normal person would, but not on paper. And then the compositing was a difficult process, so we used a different program for that, and that's what gives the backgrounds that kind of 3D look. But yeah, nothing fancy. Stuff that you can get your hands on pretty easily. And start today. Why not?
Get moving.
Yeah.
Someone asked the question. I think we've answered this before. They're like, where was CD on the elevator? Remember, we had this chat, by the
boy,
way.
yeah.
Before this went out, I was like, hey, Tyson, we don't have Sonic CD on the elevator. They're probably going to ask us why. And I think the answer we came to...
It's like, it doesn't fit in the timeline canonically, as far as I know. Right?
And I think with CD being like the whole like time travel and stuff like that, it's its own thing. It's the button on the other side of the elevator. That's all.
We don't want to spoil what I have in mind, do we?
No.
Okay, yeah. We'll say CD exists, just not on that particular elevator. It's
just another elevator.
Yeah, it's like an elevator right next to that elevator. It goes down to the parking lot.
Let's see. Aaron and Tyson, will you join the Sonic Forces Defense Squad?
Will I defend Sonic Forces? I'm excited for Sonic Forces, if that's what they mean. I want to play it. If I don't know, I guess I got a reputation for being like this big classic Sonic champion, and like I love classic Sonic, man. Don't get me wrong, but I love modern Sonic too. Like I've never really got off the Sonic train. There was like a period when I was.
We know that period.
Yeah, a little period where like for a couple years I was like, I'm too old for this, and then I was like, and then I got older and I was like, you know what, I'm still the right age for this, I guess. So like I've never really not loved the Sonic franchise, and that includes up to today. I'm excited for Forces. There's a part in my heart that was always reserved for dramatic Sonic stories, and so I'm excited to see how it all plays out.
Awesome. Let's see.
That's not me shilling. I don't have to say that, by the way. I don't. Sega doesn't owe me anything. I just want to play that game.
What else we got here? Oh man.
How do I feel about Infinite? I don't know. He's mysterious.
He is mysterious.
I want to see what his deal is.
He's got a cool theme song.
Yeah, he's got a cool theme song. He's got cool hair.
Oh man. Jeez. Wow, there's a lot of comments going on right now. Aaron the doll is missing. Oh no, it's not. Don't scare me. Jesus. I legit looked back right there.
Oh, someone made a T-shirt for him.
Oh yeah, that was I think it was Jasmine, but she says it wasn't her.
God.
You can touch it if you want. It's cursed though.
Oh well.
Trust me, it's cursed.
All right. Let's see.
Let's see. So this can Tyson draw my life?
No.
Sorry.
How much you like Sonic Rush? A lot.
Sonic Rush, yeah.
I love Sonic Rush.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Let's see. Someone said, did your hand hurt after all the animating? Yes. There was, like any project getting towards the end, there are sleepless nights and last minute fixes. I'm sure a lot of people's had hand cramps at the end of that animation. So I'm glad. I guess we're all very happy that everyone loved it. Is what I say.
These guys worked so hard, and I say that, right? I say they worked really hard, but totally mean it, as in they didn't get sleep some nights and like push them, right? I know.
Yeah.
So and that's a level of dedication you don't always find, and we really appreciated that they were so dedicated to making it as polished as it was, that it wasn't just an okay animation or kind of cool. It was like you watch it and your jaw hits the floor and you go, oh my gosh, that is the coolest Sonic animation I have seen since like Sonic CD.
That was what we were hoping for. I mean, that's, again, I knew from the second we started on it that that's what people were gonna in their hearts compare it to, and so I knew growing up, I watched that Sonic CD intro hundreds of times. It was like my little animation Bible that I would look at and think, wow, this is what animation is. And, you know, I'm not going to even say that we hit that, but that was my goal, was to make something that people would want to watch over and over again and find little extra things and find screen grabs from and try and draw themselves, because everyone, when they were young, just copied screen grabs off the Sonic CD. And
there's another story we can tell now. Before this all went out, when we saw one of the very first colored versions of the launch trailer, a very special guest came by our office. His name is Naoto Oshima. And Oshima-san worked very closely with Toei on the Sonic CD opening animation. He spent a lot of time with them making the Sonic CD animation, and he was the original designer for Sonic. Just so happens, he is a huge hero of Tyson.
Yeah. I mean, basically, I probably wouldn't be a cartoonist if it wasn't for Sonic. I mean, Sonic was, when I was a kid, Sonic was what got me drawing. You know, something about like Sonic's design is so accessible and so cool and also so cute. Like, there's so many levels to how simple and great his design is that it just makes you want to draw him. Like, there's a really common thread between a lot of artists that just love Sonic and like really, you know, at a young age, kind of grabbed on to Sonic and the designs of not just Sonic but the world and the creativity of the environments, which are not just natural but have this geometric, abstract take on natural environments. Like, there's so much imagination in Sonic games that yeah, I could easily see myself having just not picked up drawing if it wasn't for Oshima's designs. So
here's where the story comes full circle. Oshima-san visits our office, and there's a brief moment where I'm like, Oshima-san, do you want to see something really cool? And we bust out the animation and we show him the animation, and Tyson's not here yet. And so he watches it and he's like, wow, that's great. I'm like, would you mind maybe like taking a picture so I could send it to Tyson? And so that day, I think I texted you a picture of like Oshima-san doing a thumbs up in front of a laptop or something with your animation on it.
Yeah, it was the frame of Sonic at the last few character shots there where he was running towards the screen, and then Oshima-san was sitting behind it with a thumbs up. That is a forever cherished photograph for me now. It is, yeah, like it's the kind of thing where you can't, you never see something like that coming, I guess. You know, like you work a career in animation or comics or whatever, and you you meet lots of people that are your heroes, and it's sad to say, but eventually it becomes a little normal almost. You know, not disappointing, but just it's normal. But yeah, for something like that, like someone that you never thought you'd ever cross paths with, and being able to work on something that they created, and then seeing that they like it, was
that a good moment?
It was a big moment for me.
Good.
I gotta say. I'll actually, when I get off, I'll tweet a picture. Oshima drew me a little sketch, thanks to Aaron and my friends at Sega here. Just a little Sonic head that is now framed on my bookshelf that I look at every day. I walk past and I put a little kiss to it.
That story just like makes my heart happy.
Yeah, that's like treasured memories. That this is one of those things that you never forget. Like again, you know, you take a job. It's like it's gonna be a job, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it great, and like it's great to work on something that I love. But yeah, stuff like that is this kind of stuff that you take with you.
So I'm reading the chat here.
Yeah,
we got about 5 minutes left. We'll maybe go to like 3:05 today because we started a few minutes after. Someone says greetings from Brazil.
Hi, Brazil.
Hello, Brazil.
Hi.
I saw some people asking to be noticed. Hi, you've all been noticed.
Someone said, what tool do I use in that program I can't name? We just used the regular brush tool for cleanup. I actually didn't do any of the cleanup lines. That was all Yada. All the rough animation was me. Or not all the rough animation was. A lot of the rough animation was with me and Yada, and then all the cleanup was them. So they just, per my instruction, we just used the regular brush tool to have kind of a thin line that looked slightly cell-esque. Simple. Any of these technical the stuff I can't answer here. Maybe later on, I really want to do like put together a video where I talk about process and stuff like that. Yeah. One last thing I want to say, last thing, but one more thing I want to say is that people. Can I talk about the order that we made the commercials in? Is that something?
The trailers. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a good reveal.
So this is something interesting. While we were making the intro, everyone here was liking it so much that they just said, "Hey, do you want to do another one of these right in the middle of it?" I was like, "Okay."
And it was more like, so this is what would become the pre-order trailer. By the way, that animation, we asked you, we're like, you know, we know you like this is coming out great. How about you do another one, but sooner? But
right.
we got to release it sooner.
Yeah.
And it'll be for the pre-order. How was that?
So it was it's one of those things where the necessity of the project kind of makes it what it is. So we did this black and white sketch pencil idea, and that was the idea from the start. I was thinking, how can we possibly do this in what originally we thought we had a couple of months for, ended up being much shorter. Can I say the time frame?
Probably not, but it was short.
It was very, very short. Let's say that. So, but from the start, we came up with this idea to do it in black and white, and then end in color, and that hopefully will kind of set up as a tease for people that more animation is coming
on the way.
Right, like something color is coming. So that was something that, in a very, very short amount of time, while cleanup was happening on the other one. I started doing that with me, my wife helped, and my friend Anthony Holden helped, and we just pumped that thing out. And the reaction to that was so positive, and like for the next like however many months we had to wait, because people were like so excited over that. And it's like, y'all don't even know.
It's like, oh, you like the black and white one?
Like, y'all don't even know what's coming though. Like, I'm so glad that both of them were received well. That was probably the toughest sitting on my hands of my entire career. It was just people saying, "Oh, this is great! Like, Sonic's back in animation." It's like, nah, y'all, it's gonna be so much bigger than this.
Just the amount of people that made their thumbnails from the color shot, and then at the end, I was like, "Oh, they're gonna love what comes next."
That was real exciting seeing that, and like just YouTube thumbnails of. I watched. By the way, if anyone ever made a reaction video, I watched it. So, and
he's watched them all.
Oh man. I'm going to throw my masculinity out the window here. I cried real bad on reaction videos for when the final one came out. Like, it was like, because people were so excited. Like, there's a lot of times, I've worked in comics for so long, and there's other animation stuff for so long. You never get to see how people are actually reacting to what you're making. It's a handoff process. You hand it to them, and then you'll get nice tweets and nice emails, nice things said to you all the time, but you never get to see the look on someone's face when someone sees what you've made for the first time. So that was huge for me. Like I guess reaction videos have their fans and they have their people that don't like reaction videos. But I'll say, if you're wondering who reaction videos are for, they're for me.
They're for the creators.
They're for the people that make them. It really it means a whole lot. Like anything, reaction videos, nice tweets, nice emails, nice anything, nice comments in chat, all that stuff. You know, sometimes there's so many that you can't even respond to them, but every single one of them means so much. Like I can't. In a world where people are more than happy to tell you how much they don't like you, every little comment where somebody says something nice, it's so huge. And the reaction to all this Mania stuff for me and anyone involved in the animation and anyone involved in the actual game is so huge.
Sorry, someone just says, Tyson, why are you so buff?
'Cause I lift, bro. Real talk, I can talk about that. I'll tell you this: I work a lot, and I like working a lot. But I'm sitting in my chair most hours of the day. And I don't want to get too heavy here, too serious, but if you're like me, a lot of artists suffer from various levels of depression, unhappiness, lamaze. There's lots of words that you can hit, whether it's clinical or whether it's something simpler than that. Exercise has 100% helped me stay in a healthy mental space. And, you know, there's lots of different people, lots of different walks of folks that need different treatments, different stuff. But I can say, as a working artist, just getting out and moving has, especially during some of the long hours during Mania, getting out and moving really, really helps me stay creative. So I don't know if that was meant to be a serious question or not, but it is something that I guess I can say it's not necessarily for vanity. It's just exercise helps me work more.
Tyson is Boom Knuckles confirmed. That's one of the comments.
I love Boom Knuckles. By the way, I love Boom Knuckles.
Boom Knuckles. He's woke.
He's so funny.
Okay, we should get to the bit of news we have here at the end in just a second. But before we kind of wrap up with you, what are your thoughts on the unfortunate news about Tails in Sonic Forces?
I can't believe it.
I couldn't believe it either.
He's dead.
It's a sad thing, but at least there's classic Tails who's still alive. Hey, it's gonna be alright.
But he's gonna die.
No, he's fine.
He's going to.
Well, I broke him. So I didn't think we were gonna get this emotional on the stream today.
Wait, does that mean that Knuckles can beat Sonic's number 2 now?
Oh, maybe.
Because that's cool.
He's like, never mind.
Bye, Tails. Sorry. Sorry about it, buddy.
Knuckles is the sidekick.
Yes. No, it's Sonic and Knuckles 2 confirmed.
Oh, I wish. That's so cool. I'd go for that. Tyson, where can people find you on social media like Twitter if they want to follow your work and see what you're up to and see the stuff you've done in the past like Diesel?
So I have a Twitter account. It's just Tyson_Hess. That's my name, Hesse. Pronounced Hess, by the way, not Heath or Hesse.
Hesse.
But no hard feelings if you've ever done that before, because you're not the first one. But yeah, Tyson_Hess, and then there's a link to other websites in my profile there. I haven't updated a lot lately. I've been very, 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 very busy with other things, so I haven't had a lot of time to post a lot of new art. But hopefully, very soon I'll be posting lots of stuff for you to see, and I try not to be too much of a loudmouth. So,
do you have the thing, by the way?
Oh, I can run and get it real quick.
Want to?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can set it up.
We're about to wrap up, but there is one last thing on a slightly more serious note that we did want to talk to you guys about, and I mentioned it earlier in the stream, and it concerns someone who was remarkably instrumental in the growth of Sega in the early 90s, and in particular with Sega of America. Okay, we're finding it. Okay, anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and.
Well, while she's finding it, I can say.
Okay, so we heard that very recently a man named Tom Kalinske, who was so huge for Sega, he's in the hospital right now. He's okay, but he's in the hospital. And Tom, hold on one second. There you go. Tom, he is the guy who is in Console Wars by Blake Harris. It's an amazing book that details the story of what it was like, right? He's the guy that went and fought along with his team to get Sonic packed in with the Sega Genesis. and a number of other things, but that was one of the big things that they did. And in my opinion, Tom and his team, people like Al and Madeline and Toyota-san, all those guys are so crucial for people like Tyson and I growing up with Sonic. Because if their teams hadn't been out there doing as great of a job as they did, we never would have fallen in love with Sonic as a character. We would never have been lucky enough to work at Sega or make animations for Sega. And so we wanted to extend our best wishes and all of our sincerest thoughts out to Tom. And we've got a little something. Oh,
I just wanted to say it.
oh, sure. And Marlene's here. So Marlene from our TV team.
Hi there. I just wanted to give best wishes to Tom and thank you for letting us get to know you, and please get well soon.
And we've got something for you, Tom. This is drawn by Tyson, but it's from all of us at Sega. And by the way, people in chat, if you could throw your best wishes for Tom, we'll send him this link. I think some of the people on Tom's original Sega team are actually watching the stream today. So this is for you, and we would like to say thank you so much for all that you've done. We're going to be sending this your way. So we're thinking of you. We wish you the best, and thank you so much for everything that you and your team has done over the years.
Tom is one of those guys that, from the side of the people that just play the games, a lot of times you don't see the people that are making sure that the games exist, and like Tom was a really important part of all of us growing up that was making sure we knew what Sonic was, who Sonic was, that Sonic existed. And, Sonic was such a huge icon in the 90s, and Tom is a big part of that. So, one of the big reasons why he's probably still around today.
Yeah.
Really sorry to hear what happened to him, but hopefully, best wishes for him. Lots of people always behind the scenes making stuff happen, and he's a huge one for everyone watching right here and in the room. So.
And to everyone, too, on Tom's old team that may be watching, thank you as well for all the work that you guys did. There's probably a lot of people that work behind the scenes that we don't even know about that were so instrumental. So thank you to all of you, whether you're in the book Console Wars or not.
Right.
But know that we appreciate you and all that you guys have done. So on that note, yes, best wishes for you, Tom, and we hope to talk to you again very soon. Thanks for all that you've done. Let's go ahead and wrap up today. It's time to wrap up by announcing that on our next stream, we're going to have another special guest.
Is it me again?
It's not you again.
Exciting.
It's Tyson, round 2.
Hooray.
We will have another special guest here to talk something else in the world of Sonic. I can't say any more or I'll spoil things. You guys are smart.
Is it Knuckles?
Is it Knuckles?
Are you going to have Knuckles on?
It's the real life Knuckles. Don't tell them.
He's real.
I wish it was Knuckles.
I wish it was Knuckles.
So
it can't
please,
be Tails.
No, not anymore. Please look forward to it. It should be a good time. And if you haven't yet, make sure you go to the New York Comic-Con panel that IDW is going to be hosting. I think it's not this weekend, but next weekend on Sunday. IDW is hosting that panel. It's a town hall. You can go talk to the people that are going to be working on the IDW Sonic comic. Please go check it out. Support them. It should be a really fun time. And we'll see what things they have to talk about and announce at the panel.
I'm excited.
All right, I think that's everything from our side. Thank you all so much for tuning in, for watching, and as always, for being loyal supporters of Sonic in all parts of the world. So, until next time, we'll see you later. Take care, everybody. Have a great Thursday.